Welcome to 108 Gates. This is Aries reading for whenever you come to it. So like I've been saying, I'm doing cyclical readings now. So whenever you get to the reading, you come to the reading, that is when it's suitable for you. You can check out the playlist. And so on we go. Oh, here we go. Aries. There is some conflicting ideas around relationships that you want to be letting go of. Interesting start to the reading because it was heading in one direction and then it came to this direction. It literally was as if you're the conflict, you are becoming aware of it possibly, and then you're just not even engaging in it anymore. So it literally felt like the energies were Aries reading coming this way, no, we're taking a sharp left or we're taking a sharp right. So kind of diverting in a different direction. I don't know if that's because you want to distract someone or you're trying to stay out of the focus of someone, but it was a very swift and quick decision to go in a different direction. So conflict here, the changing direction, the going in a different direction, leaving things behind, is it's around relationships, around ideas of relationships. So it may be that in the past you had a particular perspective of relationships or a perspective of how you need or want relationships, and it's going to take a massive shift and change right now, or it has been. So this is going to bring you to some new conclusions about relationships and what you need and what you want from them. Or even more importantly, some of you are going to be evaluating what you bring to the table, and that in the past it may be that you haven't been valued to the full capacity or your full potential. So you're wanting to be known and seen for your full potential. And why not? You deserve it. You are entitled to be seen for everything you bring to the table, because you bring a lot to the table. So that new sense of, oh, here we go, King of Swords. Let's get the other side too, because it's quite a strong energy. King of Pentacles. Right, so the clarity of what you are able to bring to the table means that you're going to have to be allowing the Knight of Pentacles to carry this forward. This is feeling as though you know that you have a King of Pentacles. You know you have a Queen of Pentacles in your back pocket kind of thing, but you're presenting the Knight of Pentacles because you know that if you just do a present the Page of Pentacles, it's not going to actually be the value. It's just going to be a joke. It's going to be insulting to yourself. So you're kind of like, you know what, I'm not investing everything, but I am going to start putting more in a calculated way, in a very strategic way, to see what happens, to see what the response is. And if I don't get the response I need or want or deserve, then I'm going to have some indication of where things are off here. So this feels like there's some there's either family lineage stuff, there's either family history kind of things going on, that it might be some cultural stuff, or something around here is feeling stuck. So it's led you to have a inner conflict. So maybe if you have a particular kind of examples of relationships and you've found yourself in those similar kind of examples of relationships, but it's not fulfilling to you, you're going to be questioning it now and wanting a different way of doing things. So the past and the conflicts you're going to be walking away from. On some level this is going to be quite easy, but on some level it won't be, because you're going to have certain aspects that you're remembering, that you're being reminded of. It's like, well, that actually worked, this worked, maybe it was me. Okay, so that's the pinnacle point. Maybe it was me who didn't put enough in, maybe it was me who did this, maybe it was me who did that. Start looking at the truth of it. You're going to see that you were actually possibly over compromising, you were over wow, okay, just had that fall out. Maybe it was me, maybe it was me. That's what I'm hearing. Maybe it was my fault. Maybe it was my fault. Maybe because you were told it's your fault, and where you've held that and believed that, let go of it, or process it and let go rather. Because this is keeping you suspended and tangled up in things you don't want to do. So you're wanting to move on. You're wanting to move into this new space, this new arena. But this conflict keeps coming up. Maybe it was my fault. Maybe I shouldn't have done this. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. So then why don't you have a think about those situations and scenarios and think, in hindsight, I can see I made a mistake. I can see I did it that way and that was the outcome. I weren't happy with the outcome. If I was to do that again, what would I do? So, for example, if you were supposed to be in a relationship with a particular person and your intuition said to you, something's off, something's feeling wrong, in your mind, play the scenario over again as if you do actually have the courage and the capacity and the strength to be able to say, no, this is not for me. Instead of going into that space of, oh, I'll just give you a chance. Oh, maybe I should just give you I'll just give you one date or something like that. Let's just see where it goes, because before you know it, then you're being tricked into the next one, or you're taken into the next one, and before you know it, you've got all this history built up behind you that you just literally want to walk away from. So all this happiness here, all the things, it feels as though you felt obligated on some level, but you were being, it's like she's showing a magic trick or something, and you were watching the magic trick and you're thinking, oh, that's fantastic, that's the way I want things to be, I'm sure it's going to be okay, I'm sure it's going to be okay. So you're looking at the surface things, and the surface things are not so shiny after a while. So this now is in question. How do I go about in a relationship in a capacity of that suits me, in a capacity that makes me feel better about myself? One way is to see that those magic tricks and those things that were happening, it's like presenting this way and then it being that way, and it's like everything was topsy-turvy and not coming in the best way possible. So again, I'm seeing here is coming in that the clarity will come in around where you saw certain things and it was superficial. It's as though you've been protected on some level with certain things. It's like, why are you going down that road? But you weren't interfered with. It's like the divine was watching over you. The divine was understanding. You have a Ten of Pentacles. Why are you just accepting a daisy? Why are you accepting just like the bare minimum? You need to be more on guard. You need to be not on guard as in like in a defensive way, but more on guard of like, this is what I'm presenting. Just because I'm presenting this at the moment, it doesn't need to be told, but I know I have a lot more where that come from. I know I have a lot more to offer, and I'm also building on other things too. So let's see what happens when I present this coin as if it's all I have, but not having to, you're not obligated to like put everything, all your hearts like on your sleeve. Your heart, you don't have to wear your heart on your sleeve, so to speak. You can literally just be a bit more decisive. So the King of Swords here coming in with the clarity of where did it go wrong. And when I say where did it go wrong, I don't mean like woe is me and all that stuff. I mean like just where did it not go the way I thought it was going to go? Where did it not go in the direction that I was telling myself, okay, it'll be all right, it'll be fine. What was it that led you to those Three of Cups being knocked over? Because here those Three of Cups look really well balanced. They look fine. They look like they're going to be really rosy and happy, but it's you walked away from something because it wasn't. You walked away because you felt the trickery, you felt the manipulation, you felt that whatever was being presented to you at that time, it wasn't the truth. And then that heartache, that burn from that is going to come up, and that's where now you're gonna face it. You're going to see that I'm not going to be scared of that devil. I'm not going to be scared of those superficial things. I'm not going to be following those superficial things anymore, because I am worthy of having more. I am worthy of expecting more for myself and receiving more for myself. Go for it, Aries. So hang on a sec. Right, you did have that card come out. I'm going to put that here. I want to get a different deck just to clarify something. So we're going to go for the Knight of Pentacles and get an oracle. We're also going to get an oracle on two other spaces. So you've got new opportunities. There you go. So you are creating your new opportunities. You are presenting yourself as a new opportunity. You are literally walking away from the old way of doing things, the old conflict. You're being bound up, and you willingly walked into that bound. You willingly walked into that situation because you were possibly thinking always of the best of someone, or you were always looking at their potential instead of where they're actually at. So you walked into it knowing that, okay, and you got strung up, you got entangled in something, and then part of it was like, well, you know what, it is what it is. And it's like, well, it's not what it is. It's you let yourself go into it. So acknowledge how you got yourself into there, and then the conflict that came as a part of that. Like, so you're unhappy, you're not feeling fulfilled. Where is the conflict? Where do you feel it? Where do you see that it hindered you? Where did it bring about setbacks? Now, look at the same situation again. If I'd had that same chance again, what would I do differently? If I had that same chance again, why would I do it this way instead of that way? And then just keep focusing on, I am aware now, my emotional intelligence is better now. So in hindsight, I can see I should have gone this way and that. You're literally as if you're choosing solutions for your past scenarios. So here you have leadership over this. You are not going to be brought down or manipulated or taken down by a energy that's trying to lead you in the wrong direction for whatever reason it is. I think you all have your own different reasons that you were led in the wrong direction, possibly, who's resonating with this reading. Is about you taking ownership of that, you making sure that you're aware of how it happened, why it happened, and then not letting it happen again. So here we've got determination. You're determined to have something. It's about now having the best of something, not just settling for the lowly kind of version of something. Just because you had, it may be that your self-esteem was low or your self-worth was low, that you just kind of settled for the small offering that was there. But it's about knowing that you're worth more, you're worth a bigger percentage than that, you're worth a bigger pie than that, you're worth a bigger a greater outcome than that. So going that way and making sure that you're seeing success in relation to your relationships now. Where is success for you? What does it look like for you? Not compromising on that. So Aries, this does feel like such a loaded emotional journey to be on. But keep going. So like I said, these are now cyclical, so whenever you come to this video, if it's appropriate for you, then great. If not, check out the playlist. If you haven't already, please do subscribe and hit that bell. So until next time, peace and love.